You change your standards. But you gotta change that tolerance too. And that's why I was going through niggas like crazy. Can't fuck with it. Nope, don't like it. Don't like this. Oh, this outweigh this. Got to go. New nigga me, please.
What's good, YouTube? How's everyone doing? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another reaction video. If you're new here for the first time, my name is TMR, and since you clicked on this video, you might as well subscribe to this YouTube channel and make sure you click that notification bell. Leave your comments down below and enjoy this reaction video. What's good, YouTube? What's good, TMR gang? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another reaction video. You have just entered the Break Room Chronicles. Well, child, breaks are normally 15 minutes, but over here, we take one damn hour. Shouts out to the 2 Live crew. Child, I see you. By far the best damn chat on YouTube, honey. You better ask someone about this 2 Live crew. Oh, and shouts out to the Bush Gang. Hey, Bush Watchers. What it do, Bush Gang? Shouts out to the Replay Gang. Hey, Replay Gang. Thank you so much for stopping by. Make sure you let us know in the bottom of this here video. Let us know you're part of the Replay Gang. Go ahead. Hashtag Replay Gang in this thing. So myself and the 2 Live crew definitely know it's real. Hey, y'all. TMR did not mean to bother y'all so late. Oh, my goodness gracious. But y'all see the title of this video, okay? And y'all know what's been going on here lately, a couple weeks here on the YouTube streets. Oh, my goodness, y'all. A lot of us had went into hiding and was like, sis, it just ain't safe out here for me, okay? And you know what, boy? We go get into it, okay? Again, I want to say shouts out to everybody in the chat. Thank you all to all my members, my mods. Again, I know it's late, y'all, and I do apologize for that, but I just couldn't wait till tomorrow. I said, oh, goodness gracious, I got to call the break room. We got to get together, honey. This is an emergency break room meeting, and we definitely going to get all into it. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, y'all, so look. Today, just maybe about maybe an hour or so ago, Strong Mama Chrissy did a premiere, okay? And she did a premiere on, titled it, They Know My Address, okay? So, you know, when I didn't catch her in the premiere. I caught the replay of the premiere. And when I saw that, I said, oh, Lord, okay. So, get over there. And basically, that channel that has been trying to have their foot on everybody's neck, hence the name of the damn channel, has gotten exposed themselves. Okay. And, I'm going to be very honest with y'all, and this might sound very weird. I don't even know how I feel about all this, you know? Since I've been here on YouTube about 3 years now, y'all have went through a whole lot. I obviously haven't went through as much as these ladies have because, you know, I don't necessarily vlog my life per se, you know. But I do get on this camera and you guys have became very familiar with TMR. And it's you know, what I have known or realized about this internet is that people will grow an obsession with you, okay? At the end of the day, y'all, evil, 9 times out of 10, is always fueled by money. Hence the reason why people say for the love of money is the root of all evil. And what I noticed about this internet, especially this YouTube platform, is that once you become monetized on here, that's when the hate really kicks up. Because people don't like you to make a coin. And I don't get that. You know what I'm saying? Like when I see celebrities on the internet, I don't hate them because they're making a coin. You know, if anything, again, it depends on your mindset. If anything, I look at these people and aspire to, you know, emulate what they're doing so I can make a good living for me and my family. But I want to say, shouts out to Strong Mommy Chrissy for handling it like a real G, okay? Because she definitely, by far, out of, I would think, you know, in this community of YouTube, she gets it by far the most because she's been on here the longest. She gets ridiculed for the amount of children that she has, and you know, the things that she's been going through in her life. And you know, a lot of this stuff, like I said, you guys, all to me and my personal opinion, a lot of this all started when she came out to say she moved again, and it seemed like it just sparked from there and just went like wildfire. So the person that has doxed me and many others, okay, Chrissy included, has been now revealed themselves, okay? So Miss Lear Bishop over there, we don't know if she's they say Pine Bluff, but it could be Pine Bluff, it could be Killeen, Texas, Houston. Yes, sis has been served up on the chopping plate. And you know what's so funny to me is, you know, people like to go with the narrative here on the internet that the reactors act like they can't get reacted on. Okay. But my thing with that statement is you can definitely react on my video because that's what I do. I react on the video and what's going on the video. As far as people's personal business, myself, TMR, has never took the time to go and investigate none of these women and what they have going on in their lives. I react clearly and only to what's on the internet, primarily what they have on their channel. Okay? That's it. Happy birthday, Tiffany. That's it. That's all. But we know that there is a lot of people out here that literally take it to the extreme end. Like they go all out. And all of it was just fueled by hate, envy, and jealousy. Y'all, last week when this woman put my whole address on the internet, my house, I had to go through hours of phone calls with different entities. She threatened my business, making false statements about my brand, my name. Y'all, I was literally feeling sick over here because we know, being consumers ourselves, that the one thing that will fly more than anything is bad press. Bad press will travel much more than positive press. Okay? If you go buy something from Target, you don't necessarily talk about the good things that you get out of Target. But if you go in there and get something that's not good, that's what you talk about, right? You talk about, I went in Target and I bought this and it broke and they Target cheap this. But if you go in Target and you get something nice, you just say, oh, I bought a really nice pair of pants out of Target and they fit really cute, and you don't say anything else about it. Okay. But what I found out today from what Chrissy has done a lot of investigation to find out who this person was, because this person threatened us. Okay. I don't know the exact threats that she gave Chrissy, but the threats that were given towards myself was if I don't delete my channel, that she was going to proceed on with doxing me. Now, I have been privileged with the same information that Chrissy has, okay, because I definitely have a case, right? And I'm going to pursue what I need to pursue, because one thing I've never done is got on here and threatened anybody on this internet, okay? Because again, I react to the video and that's it. But I appreciate the fact that Chrissy had enough tenacity to do what she did And obviously it was fueled by the fact that she's a protector. And like she said, and like all of us, we all have past, but just because we get on the internet doesn't mean that you literally need to know everything about me. What I found out about this internet is being on this platform, there has been a lot of people that have came for the reactors, right? It's been a lot of reactors against other reactors, okay? But what I have found is only the strong will ever survive. The weak will fall by the wayside every time. A lot of these people that have came on this internet, call themselves trying to run reactors off the internet, they end up getting ran off. And most of the reactors, if not all of them, are still here standing strong with monetized channels, making their coin. Period. You deserve to pursue Tatiana because she had your yes, yes, exactly. Like, and what was so wild to me is one of the things that the girl said in her video, one of the videos that I did watch about myself, she said the reason why she was coming for me because I get the most attention as far as the reactors. So when she said that, I said, "Oh, okay, sis. So you jealous? You feeling some type of way?" I mean, hell, all you had to do if you're trying to grow a channel, all you had to do was hit TMR up for some promo. I'd have gave you. I mean, you definitely would have had to pay for it, but I definitely would have gave you a spotlight on the show. Yeah, no problem. And then one of the other things she said was that I was two-faced, and I'm like, because I didn't drag Chrissy about those mattresses, I didn't feel the need to drag her about those mattresses. For what? All I said was whoever the mattresses do belong to, they need to be shamed in themselves. And I said, I don't know if those was Chrissy mattresses or not, because I didn't see them come out of her house. And I didn't. So you see what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot going on. We're gonna watch just a little bit of Chrissy's video. But hey Pearl, Chrissy did this not only for herself, but everyone who is dealing with this. Shout out to her. Yes, exactly, Miss Pettis. She definitely stood up for herself. She stood up for others too that were being villainized by these people. Because like I said, you guys, like I told y'all in the live that I did, a very short live. If you caught that live where I got very emotional, I got teary eyed. And again, you guys, I didn't get teary eyed because I was scared. Because I'm never scared, right? I was nervous for my business, right? Because I worked really hard to build this platform, this YouTube platform. I built really hard to build my business, MELVIROSE Beauty. And I'm not going to let no heifer just come along and try to huff and puff and blow my house down because she don't like me, Yes, anybody can be found. That is true. But that's the thing, though. When you come on here, like, although you are what they call a content creator, you're on a public platform, but literally what goes on in your house, the address, the street that you live on should not be public knowledge to people watching you. Because as we can see from, what Chrissy basically said in her video about Miss Lyric over there, the water ain't very clean over there. Sis ain't, she's not dealing with a full deck of cards. Okay, so there's a lot of people out there. Can you just imagine 1,000 of Lyrics watching you? So y'all, being a reactor or just being on the internet. Period. Again, we choose to do this. We're not forced to do this. But just because you choose to make money on the internet, which obviously is the way of the world now, okay, should not be the reason why, because somebody didn't like what you said in the video, that they go and look up your address and post it online to be funny. Because at the end of the day, you are jeopardizing people's safety. Us as reactors, me reacting on these moms, have I never once jeopardized their safety? I have no reason to. Why would I? That's not now I do understand, like I said, everybody as a reactor have their own reacting style. But what I don't like about a lot of the audience that watches the reactors is that for some odd reason, y'all lump us all into one pile. Although we all doing the same niche of content, but clearly each and every one of us has our own style of reacting. Oh, thank you, Natch D. I appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate the super chat, sis. You didn't have to do that, but thank you. I appreciate that. See that this super chat right here. Trust me, who right now, this one of the one or maybe 10 of the 545 people watching right now is mad because I got a $20 super chat. They upset, they heated, they pissed, okay? Because I got a $20 super chat. But y'all, that's the world we live in. You know, unfortunately, evil lives amongst us. But what I said to you guys the other day in my live, no weapon formed against me shall ever prosper. And the day last week when I was going through what I was going through privately, right? Not on the internet, the only thing I did is I prayed. I prayed on the situation and I let it go because I didn't have the information Chrissy had. So I really didn't. I have it now, but I didn't have it then. So I really didn't know what to do. The only thing I was doing was making sure that, you know, as far as things I need to do to um, keep our safety here at my home, and then also about my business, making many calls here in my state to ensure that it, you know, if there was some claims made, that I could let them know these are erroneous claims. I spoke to them, every department in the state of Indiana that has to do with business, and to let them know, you know, what was going on with me. I have names and emails, and now that I have the information that I have, I'm going to be forwarding this information to them, to let them know I have now a name with the face. Well, I didn't have a face, but I didn't even have a name. I didn't have either one. I just say a person on the internet, but now I have some tangible proof. So it's funny, my channel's not even monetized, but somebody that follows me knows exactly where I'm at. That's scary. Yeah, it is, Michelle. It is. Oh, Cutie Squad, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. So so like I said to you guys, I'm a very firm believer in God and what God can do. And I just knew in my heart, I didn't know when it was going to happen, but I had to make peace with that situation, you guys. I had to make peace with it because I have other things to do. I could not sit up here and have myself all emotionally tied up with the drama, because when you get that stuff in your head, that's where it is. It's in your head, and it stops you from being able to do what you need to do in your everyday life. So I came back on this internet, although I told you guys I was going to be gone for a while. But at that moment, I was reacting off my emotions because, again, I was worried about my business. Not saying I wasn't worried about my family, but we have things we have things in place here. We have security system. We've had that since we moved in. When we closed on this house and moved in, the security system came 2 days later. So, we've had that. I didn't just go out and buy that last week. That's been here. Okay. But we, I since last week, you guys, I've added extra things to our security system to ensure our security, because my address is out here for the world to know now, and I don't know what's on people's minds. Somebody might get mad because I might say the wrong thing and want to tiptoe over here to TMR's house. Okay, a little more so they can get mad. Okay, thank you, sis. Girl, don't have them people showing up on my doorstep. I'm gonna open up the door. Half of YouTube gonna be on my doorstep. So I had to put provisions in place, because once obviously, you guys, when all this was going on, I had to make my husband aware of what was going on. And once I sat down and told him the magnitude of what was going on, he started putting things in place to ensure our safety. Then I myself had to work on the other end to ensure my business, because I heard somebody say something today because I run my business out my home, or people, I'm gonna just say this, people that run their businesses out their home, people don't really know what's going on in your house. They don't know if you're using proper safety measures, or are you is your house clean, and things of that nature. As a small business, I would think, again, I haven't took a poll on this situation, but I would think most small businesses are maybe 90% of small businesses are primarily ran out of people's homes. That's why they're called small businesses. Okay. They're ran out of people's homes. And depending on the type of business that you're running, like people who have home daycares and things of that nature, then there's licensing or registration or whatever you need to be in place. You need to put those things in place. Y'all are showing up and showing out for the people, honey. Thank you, Miss Cookie. I appreciate that, sis. So, just because I haven't went live from the kitchen, you guys, and I hate, it's bothersome that I even have to say this, because I'm just going to assume that everybody is following safety, good house cleaning. I'm just going to assume that, because I'm not in your home. So I just can't say anything about your home because I'm not in your home. My business is ran at my home until I can do better. Exactly, Miss Pettis. My business is going to be ran out of this home, especially now. If you guys follow me, I told you guys a few months ago that, my business has really grown leaps and bounds in the last 6 months. And technically, I really have outgrown this house. But with all that's going on with the economy right now, I can't leave my house. So I have to make provisions here to be better able to run my business out of this house effectively. And not only MELVIROSE, but my candle line will still be launching as well too. So there'll be 2 businesses running out of this home. And I just have to do the best that I can. But do understand, because I do live in this house and I work out of this house, I take extreme precautions on making my products, right? Because the last thing I ever want to get is somebody get the product and they said, there was a hair in my, oh my God, you guys, that I would be mortified. So, the utensils, dishes, all the utensils that I need to prepare my product. Let me just say this, because for the people in the back, I don't use the same thing I stir my chili with to stir my body butter with. Come on, y'all. I use common sense. Obviously, the same bowl that I use to mix my sugar scrubs is not the same bowl I toss salad in. Okay, I have two total different cooking utensils. Totally different. You know what I'm saying? And I actually have a video that I'm working on for my Small Biz Life, my business channel, where I am going to take you on a small tour. Now, I'm not going to show you my whole setup, because again, I don't have to do that. You just have to use, a level of discernment when you're dealing with anybody that says they're running a small business out of their home, but I am, so all the utensils that I use for my business and what I use to live with are they're even stored in 2 total different areas in my home. What I use to cook with is stored in my kitchen. What I use to make my product with is stored in my dining room. They're not even near each other as far as when I put them up. But obviously, when I wash my dishes I cook and eat out of separately from the dishes I use to clean my products up. Because you got to think about it, y'all. The stuff that I use to clean to make my product has chemicals in it. It has fragrance oils and essential oils. So obviously, I can't cook all that. I mean, excuse me, not cook. I can't wash all that, because that fragrance oils, essential oils will bleed out into regular. Y'all, look, I don't even know why I'm even explaining this, because anybody with good common sense would know this. Okay, thank you so much for the super chat, sis. Y'all showing up and showing out for TMR. Oh my goodness, thank you. Who is that? Thank you so much, sis. I really do appreciate that. Okay, is it Drea? Drea, thank you so much from Memphis. Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate that. So I got all off topic, you guys, but back to the conversation. We're going to take a look at Chrissy's video, because when I tell you Chrissy did a remarkable job with that video, like I was blown away. Like honey, I'm going to start calling Chrissy a whole private investigator over there, honey. Rob better not be doing up something over there he ain't got no business, because she definitely gonna be all up on it. Okay, she's not gonna leave a stone unturned. And what I will say about Chrissy's video, if you guys watch the video, you make cold process soap for home, Jenny. I didn't know that. Shouts out to you, sis. What I do know about I'm sorry, y'all. I just lost my train of thought. Let me go ahead. Thank you, Isis. I appreciate that. You know, you guys, this channel is made. It was made because I had opinions about the content that I was watching, right? You guys followed me because you were watching the same videos, and some of you had the same opinions, and obviously some of you had a difference of opinion. And that's one of the reasons I started the whole idea of the break room, because I wanted you guys to feel very comfortable when you come to my channel. Okay, that's why I don't do all the the arguing and the fighting and the biting and scratching. I want it to be understood. When you come to TMR's chat, you come here to have a good time. You communicate with your break room buddies, people that you see on these YouTube streets. And then when we leave this break room and we leave this channel, y'all, we go on with the rest of our day. You know, obviously evil is out there and we're going to continuously run into evil. There's no way to not run into evil. It's obviously out there. But at the end of the day, you guys, I just want you all to know that this channel has never been built on hate. And a lot of people like to go with that narrative that the reactors hate the mommies. Again, I can only speak for TMR. I don't hate these ladies. I've never even met these ladies in person. I don't hate them. I watch their channels, and some of the things they display on their channel, I definitely disagree with. Hey, what you with? Chrissy is a whole reactor now. She doxed that girl the way that girl doxed her. I mean, at the end of the day, it ain't fun when the rabbit got the gun. Okay, it's not fun. At one thing's for sure, two things for certain. Chrissy just didn't come out here, doing that because she didn't have just cause to do it. That woman basically tried to destroy or humiliate. I'm gonna say humiliate Chrissy. Threatened to call landlords and threatened to do this and they like it wasn't called for that. Thank you, Slick Diva. I really appreciate that. And I love the fact that you guys love being here. I love the fact that you guys are entertained when you do come over here. Let's see the haters videos tomorrow. Yeah, mahogany. So let's go ahead and take a look at Chrissy's video. Okay, let's take a quick look at her video. I'm not going to show it in its entirety because she just put it out, so I still want her to get her views, obviously. But
there's something that YouTube has in place for content creators that protects us. And that is the issue number one. Issue number two is that people seem to think that content creators are put on a pedestal because we are public figures. And I think that that is something that is just, you either get it or you don't. Either you understand that we're regular people just like everybody else, just like, a star will get out here and say, Cardi B, she'll get up here and say, I'm a regular woman just like all of y'all. I grew up in the hood, blah, 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 blah. Just because I have this and that and because you see me on TV does not make me a different person. I'm still me. And it's the same way for me. Like, I'm not rich. I'm nowhere near Cardi B status at all. But because I'm a public figure does not mean that I hold myself to a different regard than other people, other human beings. I'm still a woman, I'm still a mother, and I still hold myself to the same regard as everybody else. The only difference between you watching this video and me is that I'm on a camera, and once I turn this camera off, wipe this makeup off, and put my pajamas on, I'm going to bed with my man, and I'm a regular mom. And when I turn on this camera, I'm Shaw Mommy Chrissy for y'all. And I think that people just feel like a sense of jealousy or hate towards a certain group of content.
So Chrissy did, to reply to your comment, Chrissy did definitely handle this with a level of intelligence. She definitely did. And also not, in this premiere, she didn't try to disregard that, she's made faults in her life too. Like, she's made mistakes. At the end of the day, y'all, it's all understood. But, when I came to this channel, I didn't wear a t-shirt that says, my ex-husband has a criminal record. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to wear a t-shirt saying that. You guys, just some things I don't have to give that information out because it's my personal business, and I don't do applications on people that subscribe to my channel and ask you to give me all your information and things things of this nature. Yeah, that's not understood here. You know, like, again, you guys, this is social media. You choose to either be on this platform. It's a choice. You're not forced to do it. But one thing Chrissy did say that is very true is YouTube does not have a lot of provisions in place to protect content creators. Okay. I myself did several privacy complaints on that channel that was out here, and one of them YouTube legal disregarded because they basically made a statement in there that I didn't agree with, you know. But now that I do have the information that I have, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I really don't know how I'm gonna handle this with this lady, but I definitely feel like she does need to be punished, because you came here to try to seek and destroy a person that you don't know. You know, I could see if I slept with her boyfriend back in the day, or I stole some money from her, and you build some hatred. Since you dislike me because I didn't react to the video the way you felt like I needed to react, or you dislike me because I have and not even a large channel. My channel is small compared to, like, Chrissy has 150,000. I don't have anywhere near that. But I guess when it comes to the reactors, I have a bigger audience when I go live. You know, again, you guys, when I looked at that girl's date of birth, I said, oh, okay, sis, I get it. Like, this Bishop girl, she's the same age as my oldest son. The same age as my oldest son. I said, oh, okay, sis, I get it now. I see why you reacted the way you did.
Creators, or for content creators in general, just because we have a platform and we are online. And that, to me, is not fair. And honestly, we'll never be able to make those people understand us. I'm never going to be able to make people who hate me love me. So it is what it is. I feel like that if you want to talk about people's kids, that should be off limits. If you feel like you need to write letters or make phone calls or pull up social security numbers, I feel like if you feel the need to call people's landlords or trespass onto people's property or take pictures of people's houses, put their house online, or, follow people's kids to school, or any of the things that have happened to me, call CPS, or any of those things. If you feel the need to disrupt somebody's actual personal life, I feel like those should be lines, like, that should not ever be crossed. I still deserve privacy, whether you like me, whether you don't like me, whether you think I'm a good person, whether you think I'm a bad person. I feel like there's always lines that should never be crossed at all. I personally would never, never, never jeopardize somebody's household, their lifestyle, or their children's safety for a click and a view. I would never do that. I would never. There's no amount of money a person could pay me to do anything like that. So the types of people that do things like that, especially.
So in this video, because I don't know if we're going to get to that part, which with says off limits, because Chrissy just said kids should be off limits. She said, didn't she talk about that girl's deceased child? So yes, Chrissy did mention that. Upon Chrissy's investigation of checking this girl's social media, she did discover that Lyric lost a child, I believe she said, in a car accident back in 2020, I believe she said. And I think the reason why Chrissy mentioned that, because she wanted this girl to know, sis, I know, right? She didn't say anything, disparaging or anything like that. But I think the reason why Chrissy mentioned that, because she wanted it to be real. She mentioned that because Chrissy felt that the reason why this lady is so fueled of hate and anger is because she's still grieving over the loss of her child. So, a lot of times when people grieve differently, and maybe, again, this is an assumption because I don't know this lady. I've never met this girl a day in my life, but maybe this was her way of grieving. It's where she was spewing her hate on others, and that was her way of maybe releasing some of her hatred. So I understand what you're saying, but I think Chrissy did it in a way because she was trying to let the girl know, like, sis, I know what I know. And she was making a point by saying that is the reason why she mentioned the deceased child is because she was trying to let the audience know that Chrissy's, this is an assumption for Chrissy as well too, but she believes this is why the girl is acting out the way she is because maybe this has something to do with it. All right, so let's continue.
When I'm speaking in respects to things that I have gone through online, it's absolutely unacceptable. And for 11 years, and I'm not going to say the entire 11, because like I said, this didn't happen to me when I first started, and it didn't happen to me for a majority of the time I was on here. I've always been talked about. The last 4 or 5 years, it's gotten really, really bad, and it's out of control.
I respect that
Nobody's
what you
gonna
with.
do anything
I do.
about
I
it.
respect
YouTube
that.
is not stopping this. YouTube is allowing this, actually. And it's not fair. And it makes people who really love.
Let me say this, okay? Because I know some of y'all are going to feel like, oh, you're taking Chrissy's side. Sis, I'm not taking anybody's side. What I will say is her and I experienced the same degree of doxing, okay? So we have that in common, all right? We're both content creators, so we have that in common as well. I don't do the same type of content that she does. I don't have a family channel, but I am on the internet. So I respect the fact that, she did what she had to do. She felt like that's what she needed to do, okay? Because this person took time to look up all her information and blast it on the internet, which, if you really want to know the truth, a lot of this information about Chrissy was already out here. It was on that, that gossip blog site. It was already out here, right? But it wasn't, a lot of people don't know about that gossip website. So, this person brought it to YouTube so people can see up close and personal. But I agree with you. I agree with you. We can agree to disagree. I mean, one thing about it, you guys, that's one thing about a conversation. A lot of times when people speak, you're not going to necessarily agree with them, right? Because a lot of times people's conversations are based off their own experience in life, right? So they might think the way you think, or they might think very differently. Okay. So that's my rebuttal to you, what you went. But I respect you as well, sis, because you're a fellow reactor as well. So I respect your platform.
Of the idea of content creating in any niche, but especially the family niche, it makes them afraid and not sure if they really want to, because of the things they see other content creators going through. It should not be this way, y'all. It really shouldn't be this way. So what I'm here to do today is stand up for myself. In a nutshell, I'm here to stand up not only for me, really, and my family, but for everybody who turns on a camera and is brave enough to sit in front of that camera and show their face and create content, whether you're a reactor. And I'm not going to sit up here and act like I love reactors and I'm friends with all of the reactors, because there are a lot of reactors who I either don't watch because I don't care to, or I can't stand because the hateful in which they speak. No one deserves to be doxxed. No one deserves to be followed. No one deserves for their address to be posted online. No one deserves for their criminal background or their credit report or their marriage status or their deed or their ownership or anything to be blasted online for people to see, unless they chose to share that themselves. Again, this is directly speaking in regards to people who really just are too invested. Let's just be honest. They're too invested in some of our lives. Like, you should not want to know what my credit report looks like unless I'm applying with you for something that requires you to know that. You should never want to know what my criminal history was, if I ever had one, or who I'm dating. You should never want to know that. It should never even cross your mind what's going on after I turn off this camera. No one should even be worried about that, because everybody is entitled to their own sense of privacy. And I just find it really weird and kind of sick for people to just, even if you are curious, to let that curiosity fuel them to actually pay their own money or spend their own time researching people. I mean, it's just weird to me, you guys. But at the end of the day, content creators do not deserve the slack that we get when it comes to people crossing this line.
Yeah, we know, we don't deserve it. We really don't. We don't deserve, just because we choose to be on a public platform, to have our address and personal information, although it may be public, put on the internet. We don't deserve that. I mean, obviously, you guys, we do understand that people are evil and people don't care about other people's feelings. If people cared about other people, you wouldn't have murders happening. You wouldn't have people, doing home invasions and, other, illegal crimes against each other. That's why the jails are so full. So yeah, we understand that. But I'm watching you guys' comments and stuff, and I don't want to keep stopping the video and keep going and stopping the video. But again, you guys, Chrissy handled this the way she felt she needed to handle it. Like I said, I've been privileged to lyrics information as well too. Was I going to do a video like Chrissy? No, I wasn't, because I'm gonna handle it my way. I'm not saying the way Chrissy handled it was wrong, but it was the way she wanted to handle it. Chrissy and I are two different people. We're we're two different ages. We're in a two different age category. So I'm going to handle it the way I need to handle it, and she handled it the way she needs to handle
it. I don't know about you guys, and like I said, this is for the content creators who have experienced the level of hate that I've experienced, and worse, I feel helpless. I felt and feel helpless. When people do these things to me, my only option is to, 1, strike your channel, or 2, ignore it and just act like it's not there and pretend it's not happening. And even though it might affect me because I'm like, I can't stand these people, they get on my nerve, it makes me feel unsafe, it makes me feel unsafe for my kids, it makes me feel unsure about this whole thing that I'm doing. I feel helpless in a sense. Yes, I can call my attorney. Yes, I can call the police. But a lot of these people are hiding behind screen names and avatars and fake burner phones. And, it's all kinds of different levels to this thing. And people feel so safe because it is a little bit more difficult because it's harder to track these people down unless they sit on here with the face to the name and they say, this is me and this is what I'm doing to you. It's super hard to find these people to even pursue them legally. And like I said, you guys, YouTube, it used to be fun. It used to be a place where we could all come and drop our content and it can be consumed by the people who want to consume it. And you have a difference of opinion than me, then that's cool. But I'm still going to live my life and I'm still going to be here dropping content and we're going to keep it pushing. Nobody is taking this much time out of their lives to be this hateful towards any people.
So Angel Love says, wow, she feels bad for reactors too. At the end of the day, it really depends. Some people like reactions and some people don't. Okay. Some people like, because when it's all said and done, a reaction is merely gossiping. Some people like gossip and some people don't. Okay. So I think Chrissy was just coming from a place of, a lot of the people, including herself, that were doxxed like that. Like, y'all, it's never cool for that to happen to somebody, especially if they're not doing it themselves. You know what I'm saying? So, even with me reacting to these women, I've never took the time to put I didn't even know. I don't know Chrissy's address. I don't know anything about Jasmine's address. I don't know Olivia's address. Even when I was privileged with Olivia's information, I didn't bring it to the internet because, again, I believe in karma, and that's just not the style of reacting that I want to do. So again, I know a lot of people are feeling indifferent about her mentioning that lyric girl's deceased child. I know you guys, but at the end of the day, I just explained to you why I believe she did it. Again, y'all can agree or disagree, okay? But we're gonna move on with the conversation.
Like, that didn't used to be a thing, and now YouTube has completely taken a turn for the worse. And I really, really hope that, I really, really hope that at some point some policies get put in place to where this can be a safer place for content creators like myself who experience the level of hate that we experience, and to where it spills over in our personal lives, which is just not fair. And I hope that one day that everybody can feel safe on YouTube and be comfortable sharing their lives and their stories without an extreme amount of judgment or hate or fear that their whole entire personal life is going to be blasted for the world to see. Yeah, that's not fair. Somebody's got to speak up. Somebody's got to fight back. And somebody's has to show you guys that this does not have to be this way. You guys all know over the past couple of weeks, there's been a lot of talk and drama surrounding my channel. I resent that because I have really worked very, very hard at privatizing a lot of the stuff in my life that I just don't want to share. And that stuff I never want to share with you guys. I don't want to talk about Rod's arrest. I don't want to talk about my credit score, my credit history. I don't want to talk about my past evictions. I don't want to talk about anything. I don't want to talk about my trash can that's outside of my house.
You know what? Here's the thing. Let's park on that real quick. Now, Chrissy said that she doesn't want to talk about Rod's arrest situation back last month or in January, whenever it happened. And you know what? Again, she doesn't have to, right? But we know that a lot of times you see it from the celebrity standpoint. A lot of times when there's some controversy going on with them, their publicists or their managers will release a statement for them on their behalf, right? There's somebody higher than them or somebody hired to help them manage their business will advise them, okay? So in my mind, Chrissy doesn't have anybody managing her business. She manages her own business. She's her own PR person. So if she's advising herself not to publicly talk about that and let the people gossip, because at the end of the day, this is my stance on that. Chrissy can come out here and tell us whatever she wants to tell us. She can make it sound real nice or not, okay? People's opinion is just going to be that. People's opinion. A lot of times you can get out here and do a whole Easter speech. And if people don't like you, your Easter speech is not going to change that at all. So if she just rather not speak on it because it is her business and she doesn't want to talk about it, maybe because maybe there was something that most people probably raised their eyebrow to, but she's choosing to stand by him. At the end of the day, that's her decision. Like I said, I just hope whatever went on with Rod and her and whoever was in that house, whoever it happened to, I'm hoping Chrissy makes the right decisions for her and her family. Okay. Now, I know you guys say, oh, he has a history of DV from past relationships because that record came to the internet as well. And again, I'm going to just keep saying this. That's her life. I can't live it for her. However, whatever decision she makes, I hope she makes the right decision for the safety of her and her children. That's what I'm hoping. Because, a lot of times, again, and this, I'm not saying this happened because I don't know the details, okay? But a lot of times when you're in that DV situation, and again, I can speak from my own personal experience. If he put his hands on you once and say he's sorry, I guarantee you, if he got away with it once, he gonna do it again. When he gonna do it, that's the problem. You don't know when. But trust me, if he did it once and got away with it, he'll do it again.
Those things are not what my content is about. My content is about me being a mother, the meals that I make for my children, my day-to-day activities with the kids, or just myself in general. If you want a tea channel, if you want messiness, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to find that somewhere else. Please do not try to bring messy and drama to this channel because I really, really hate to be considered a drama channel. I don't want to be considered that. And I've worked for over a year to try to change that narrative for myself. And for some reason, I keep getting drawn back here. So this video is going to be the last of it. So yeah, like I said, there has been a lot going on, okay? And I don't want to talk about all of it in general because we will be here until tomorrow. And honey, I've got family to be with, okay? So I'm going to save you and I the spiel. But those of you who know, and those of you you don't want to know, honey, just press a like and move on, okay? Those of you who know what's been going on with the doxing of my address, with trash cans being put up, my personal information being put out online, just really defaming, harassing, just horrible things, Those of you who know about that situation, know that there was a couple of people, there was at least for sure one person who was responsible for that situation. I don't give out free promo, but sis can email me and I will work something out with her, a payment plan if need be. An anonymous person who has been doing this, and it hasn't just been me. It started with me, but it's been going on for other people, reactors, other content creators, and I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair that you get to hide behind a screen, a black screen with no face, no name, just a voice, and harass people and dox people and bully people and threaten people. I mean, it's literally on recording, this person threatening people, saying, if you don't get off of YouTube, like you're literally going to push people off of YouTube, off of a platform and a following that they built and they deserve to be here. And you're going to push people off of them.
Here's the thing, though. This girl has channels. She hasn't been successful with them, from my understanding. But yeah, if she wanted to do reactions, she definitely could have did it. But what I've learned for the ones that came here, and again, you guys, I take it as for a lot of the people that came here to call themselves reacting off the moms, and they want to knock another reactor off the pedestal, they end up getting knocked off the same pedestal that they try to knock that other reactor on, you know? So, you know, but here's the problem. As much as you talk about it, people are still going to be people, right? People are still going to be people. You could talk to you blue in the face. It is what it is, unfortunately. Can you make the world a better place? You can try, but people have to be in cahoots with that. And a lot of people are not in cahoots with making the world a better place. Hence the reason why this world is in turmoil as we speak. You know, the internet is no different. You know, the same villains that are out there in the world are sitting right here on the internet. Hence the reason why you have situations like that. The internet should be a safe place for people to come and leave their thoughts and opinions, watch content. You know, I've had many people come to me and say, I don't leave comments because, you know, I'm nervous to leave comments and stuff like that. And that's unfortunate. People feel that way, that they can't even comment on a channel they like to watch because they don't want somebody saying nasty things to them. People literally will start arguing with you in the comment section because you leave a comment and the person read it and don't agree with you and start coming after you and start calling you ugly because they see an avatar and they don't even know if that's really you. They don't even know if that's your name. Like it's like I said, you guys, it's the craziness of it all. But unfortunately, this is the world we live in. You know, so a lot of times it don't make sense because it just don't make sense. So let's continue.
There. So that you can make a name for yourself and take their place. That's really what it is. And I'm just not for it. Okay. And you guys who have seen what's been happening, like I said, probably already know, and I'm not going to explain it in detail. It takes too long. But that person was anonymous. They wanted to be anonymous. They did not want to show their face. They did not want to put a name. They didn't want to show their credit score. They didn't want to show where they live. They didn't want to dox their own address. They did not want none of that stuff to be put out about them. They wanted to show everybody that that content creators are all regular people. Okay. We all have a past. How that saying go? Every sinner has a future and every saint has a past. So, it's like everybody has a past. Not everybody's perfect. Some people have been to jail. Some people get tickets. Some people have been evicted. Some people have had repossessions. At the end of the day, we all bleed the same. At the end of the day, we are all human. And I just really wish that people would stop trying to act like they need to shine light on the fact that people are human. Let's let that be something that doesn't need to be talked about. Because just assume that if your life isn't perfect, understand that mine isn't either. Beyonce, everybody loves her. She's not perfect. She's got a past. She's got secrets. And that's her private, personal business. I don't want to know that. I just want to enjoy her content. Do you understand? Same goes for everybody else that's a big superstar, as well as content creators online. I don't want to know your personal life. It takes away from your brand. I just want to know if I come to your channel to laugh, I want to laugh. If I come to your channel to learn how to organize better, I want to learn how to organize better. If I come to your channel to follow your journey on whatever journey you're on, I'm coming to your channel for that. I don't really care what you did in 05. I'm not caring what you did last year. I don't really even care who you choose to be with or date. That has nothing to do with me. I'm not with them. I don't date them. That is you.
But the only problem with Chrissy's statement is, although people shouldn't care, but Chrissy has made a habit of, when she's had new relationships, she's brought them to the internet. So basically, she's trained her people to want to know more about her, because she has told people things that maybe she should have not, like, when she met Bam, when she first went to Houston, y'all remember where she, showed a little snippet of his face, side profile of his face. And then, and now, she showed us Rod. I mean, she could have kept dating Rod and never even showed the man. All we need to see what we had been seeing, the back of his head and an elbow every now and then, but that's the problem. Unfortunately for these ladies, they have exposed a lot. And then when they get to the point where they've had enough, they don't understand that the people watching them still want more, because again, you've trained the people to want this because this is what you gave them. Now, Chrissy has said that she's worked a year to change a lot of that, and maybe that'll work for her. But I'm going to keep saying this, and I'm going to say this and being very unbiased to the whole situation. The only reason Rod's information was brought to the internet was because of Rod's actions, right? It wasn't because somebody was sitting in Chrissy's window and took a picture of Rod getting hauled off to jail. It's because Rod did what he did. So I'm just going to assume, again, I don't know, that she checked Rod about his behavior. Again, I don't know what goes on in Chrissy's house, okay? But the internet knows about it. It's because of his actions. So you got to chastise him. Just like you chastising the internet, you got to chastise him when it comes to that particular situation with his arrest record coming to the internet. You got to chastise him too, as well. Let's continue.
I'm here to consume your content. You see what I'm saying? She literally did a video, said, Chrissy, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. And I'm not going to stop until I break you down, till I break you all the way down. When she said that, I heard her. I believed her. I said, oh, this lady is not going to stop until she tries to break me down. And I mean all the way down. So I said, okay. I poured me a little mixed drink. I put my big girl panties on. And I went to work. See, one thing about me is that I love everybody. I want to love everybody. And I'm very, very understanding. But the one thing that you are not going to do to me is challenge me. The one thing you're not going to do is threaten me. The one thing you're not going to do is tell me publicly in front of thousands of people.
Virgo Diva, you definitely are right. Virgo Diva, hold on. Let me get your comment back on the screen. It's that you said, I'm sorry, I just can't overlook the fact that she is with the man who is currently being charged with DV. How can you live or be with a man like that? He wouldn't even be around me or my kids. And you know what, Virgo Diva, you definitely are correct in your thought process, but you have to understand everybody doesn't have the same thought process, right? So unfortunately, the only thing we can do is talk about it. But, Chrissy has to make that final decision for the safety and the sanity of herself and her family. We can talk till we blue in the face, you guys. I'm just being very honest. She has to make that decision. I can't say anything otherwise then, because at the end of the day, y'all, it's still her business. If she chooses to keep him up in there, and if she chooses to keep him as a fiance and around her kids, I mean, ultimately, you guys, that's her business. I can't do anything about it. Do I agree with it? I may not agree with it, but again, I can't do anything about it. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up, because she's going to get to the part where she started talking about the lady's baby, and I don't really want to listen
to
that.
At the hands of you, I have no choice but to accept that. Honey, the only fear I have in my heart is of God. And that's it. I don't fear man or woman. I don't fear anyone who bleeds like I bleed. I don't fear anyone who doesn't put food on my table. I'm not fearing someone who is no better than me. And I don't need to know your life story, your history, your credit score, your criminal record. I don't need to know your first, your last name, or even see your face to know that you are no better than me or anybody else out here. I'm sorry if this video is long, but I have to get this out because I plan on never saying this again. Okay? So if this video is an hour long, hit a like. If you don't want to watch it, drop down to the comments and move along. But I love y'all anyway. Like I said, this was after weeks of being doxxed, harassed, and bullied. And then this woman said, I'm not going to stop until I break you down. That, to me, lit a fire up under my ass. That, to me, was the time for me to say, you know what, Chrissy? Fight back. Because if you don't fight back for you and your family, what's stopping this from happening more? What's stopping the next person from doing this again in a year or 6 months or 3 months or 3 weeks? What's stopping this person from continuing to fucking harass my family?
So here's the unfortunate thing about it, though, and what Chrissy said is true, but that's the unfortunate part. It doesn't stop anybody from doing this again. Somebody can come along tomorrow and kick the dirt right back up. And maybe this new person might be smarter than the last person, you know? I don't know. I really don't know. My personal feeling is, again, I can only speak for myself, is I try to live right and do right by people. I try to treat people the way I want to be treated. Does it always pan out that way? No, it doesn't. But I definitely do try to do that. And I know a lot of you guys, if not, you know, I'm gonna say this: a lot of you guys disagree with the reaction videos because y'all feel like, well, y'all shouldn't be talking about these women's lives. Well, I'm just gonna say this, okay, and maybe I'm justifying, okay. I wouldn't talk about it if they didn't put it on the internet. You know, they put it on the internet. In the comment sections are open for people to conversate with them about the context of the video, right? So that's all to me what a reaction is. It's basically you went from the comment section to now you're on live video, you know? And again, I think a lot of this doxing that goes on, and it just doesn't go on over here, y'all. They got a whole beef sector that do it for sport over there. They do it every day, all day to each other. God, they call their jobs. They come up on their job. You know, they do a lot over there. But what I will say is, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. That's not in my spirit. That is not what I want to do. I don't want to be a part of anything like that. Like I said, I just want to talk about the context of the video, and that's it. But we're going to get ready to end off. We're going to go ahead and stop Chrissy's video right here. If you guys want to continue watching it, you can definitely go over there and watch it. But she's going to get to the part where she talks about the lady's deceased child. And I'm going to be very honest with y'all. Again, although this woman has spewed a lot of hatred towards me, I'm not going to, I don't want to condone that, right? I don't, you know, I like I said, my assumption of why Chrissy mentioned the deceased child, again, I think she was trying to make the people understand why she felt like this lady was doing this. I know some of y'all might think she was just being vindictive by doing that, but this lady was being vindictive towards her too. So it just really depends on the type of person you are and how you handle confrontation. Maybe this is the way Chrissy handles confrontation. I don't know. But I you know, like I said, you guys, it's too much drama. It's just always constant drama. And sometimes it becomes too much for me. Can you guys still hear me? Because I think my internet is acting up a little bit. Right, Monica. But here's the problem with that. A lot of these content creators that came on here tried to turn this sector of YouTube into the whole beef sector, you know, and I don't get that. So I don't get that, you know. I just really feel like, just react to the video and move on. But people are fueled by the views. People are fueled by the clout part of it. And so people want all that they can get. And even if they're not privileged to it, then they just want to take it from you. I mean, that's a credible lawyer would never allow their clients to address any portion of any of going case. Nope. Yeah, that's true. Again, I don't know if she has a lawyer or not. I think she said that she did contact her lawyer. Um, I'm not going there too much. You hear me? I don't know what you mean, Dr. Amira. I don't understand what you're typing. Um, Chrissy Steele, she said she didn't work alone and she never said her lawyer told her to make a video. And she also said she not telling everything because call it war. She didn't dox that girl. No, she just said that she lives in Pine Bluff, or she may be from Pine Bluff or whatever like that. I mean, she didn't, because showing her Facebook and showing her Instagram, anybody can see that if they're following her. So that's not necessarily doxing her. Chrissy didn't put her address on the screen. Chrissy said she worked at Amazon, but she didn't say which one, so I don't know. But I kind of figured that the girl, when she was doing those videos last week, it kept sounding like she was outside in the middle of the day. And I'm like, sis, why are you standing outside in the middle of the day? And it really gave me sis was on a break vibes, but she was taking a lot of breaks because she was doing like every 30 minutes, she was uploading a new video. And I was like, oh, sis, you about to get fired from that job because you're taking a little bit too many breaks. Well, if Chrissy gets more views, she can thank that FON. Oh, yeah, it is. It is a lot of drama, but y'all, I don't know. Like I said, I just wanted to get on here and react to some of Chrissy's video. Like I said, if you guys want to go and finish, I personally feel like she did a good job based off what she felt like she needed to do, Yeah, they do, Peach. They definitely do got way too much time on their hands. But like I said, I believe that lady was fueled by jealousy and envy. That's the only thing, for you to say, I don't like you. I'm like, okay, well, sis, you may not like what I'm saying, but for you to say you don't like me, sis, you don't know me. What's FON? I don't know what that is. Okay. That channel. Okay. Oh, at the end of the day, you guys, all this shows is people have a difference of opinion, right? Some people will congratulate Chrissy, and then some people probably felt like, you don't do an eye for an eye. Some people believe in that philosophy, and some people don't. Some people disregard that. Some people feel like you did it to me, I'm gonna do it right back to you. And then other people be like, you know what, I'm not gonna. If you gonna go low, I'm gonna go high. Again, there's different avenues that people react. So just like everybody grieves differently, everybody doesn't grieve the same way. Everybody doesn't handle drama and controversy the same way, So Chrissy did what she felt like she needed to do. And to be quite honest with you, I mean, I thought she handled it quite well myself. Now, the whole, speaking about the deceased child, again, like I said, I believe she said that because she was just trying to make people realize that maybe there's some, mental instability over there because she's experienced a death of a child. That's why I think Chrissy mentioned it. But again, I haven't had a conversation with Chrissy, so I don't know. Sapphire Wood. Okay, Sapphire Wood, I didn't know you were in here. Okay, y'all, it's getting late. It's after midnight, and I don't want to hold you guys up too much more, but I definitely did want to talk on that. Yeah, after what that clown did, why not say her name? Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like, who cares? Like, she didn't care about anybody else. So, I don't know, you guys. I think it, even me talking about this stuff seems so immature and childish to me for me to even discuss it. Like it just gives me very immature vibes. It really does. It just really, really does. Yes, which you would. I definitely need to go ahead and end this live because I definitely, again, shouts out to everybody that came to the live. Like I said, I just wanted to let you guys know my thoughts on it. Will this be the end? Who knows, you guys? Like I said, I just try to manage my channel and manage to mind the business that pays me and what other people are doing on the internet. As far as if it's not a part of the break room conversation, yeah, TMR don't pay any attention to it. Okay. So I'd advise you guys, like I said, y'all take in whatever content you want, but I just, it was just shocking to me how that lady channel was like just going up so fast. Like, I think she hit close to 1,000. I think she hit almost 1,000. And it was shocking to me, but it just shows me how much people really relish in vindictive, hateful behavior. People really relish into that, relish in that type of behavior. I would never subscribe and sign on to anything like that. I wouldn't. Okay. All right, you guys. So let's go ahead and end it here. Hey, Newton, let's go ahead and end it here. We'll definitely pick up tomorrow. We won't be talking about this, you guys, because I'm going to be honest with you. I want to put this past me. I just want to move on to different conversations. I'm kind of tired of talking about this stuff. It's just a never ending drama cycle. And somebody has to put an end to it. Okay. And I definitely want to be the one to put an end to it. I just don't want to talk about it anymore. Yeah, and like I said, you guys, when I went to the channel, I went there based off because I had to make my complaints to YouTube. So I had to go over there, endure the content because I had to use get timestamps and stuff like that. But once I submitted all the information I needed to YouTube, yeah, I've never been back and I'm not going back. Okay. All right, you guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I definitely do appreciate it. Tomorrow we're going to react to another Kendra G live. Shouts out to the subscriber that sent it to me. It's really funny, and I want to entertain. Like, I just want to change the tone, you guys. Let's get back to laughing and having a good time over here, not dealing with all this silliness and drama and stuff, y'all. I don't want to deal with that. Hey, Latoya, I just don't want to do. Hey, Chris Coco, I didn't see you. All right, you guys, I'm gone. I'm out of here. You guys have a good night. Thank you so much for all the super chats. I really appreciate it. You guys did not have to do that, but I definitely do appreciate it. Make sure you guys go shop MELVIROSE Beauty. The link to my store is in the description box. And be on the lookout for my candle line, y'all. It's coming very, very soon. I'm hoping to drop by the 1st of April. All right? All right, you guys. Talk to you real soon. Remember, sub what you love. Bye.